Hi, Stephanie with Vine Skills. I'm going to show you how to email project documents from FileVine projects using the Outlook add-in. You're going to begin in Outlook and send a new email, just like you normally would. And then you're going to locate your project in the FileVine panel here. This list will pull up all the projects that you have accessed most recently in FileVine. And if the project you're looking for is not on this list, you can find it by using the search field here. Just start typing the name or of the project or the client, and it will pull up every case in there that fits that criteria. So I'm going to send my email on Black Widow. I'm going to send it to the client, and I can do that. I can access her information in the top here, top part of the add-in. I'm going to click the arrow pointing to the right, and I'm going to locate her email, and I'm going to send this email to her. And I am going to copy her friend Captain America. Now I can access Captain America's email address by going to this contacts section here and locating him on this list of contacts that are already associated to the project in FileVine. If I select the arrow here, it pulls up Captain America's contact information, and I can choose to send an email to him. I can CC him, or I can BCC him. I'm going to send this to him. I'm going to back out of the contact information, and I am going to go back to the activity here because I also want to attach a document that the client requested. I can locate all documents within her project by clicking this Attach FileVine Documents button here. And you'll see that it takes me into what looks like a folder structure. This folder structure that you're going to see here is the folder structure within the project. So if your file is saved within a folder within the project, you can locate it by opening the folder here. If you're not sure where it's located, you could search by using the search field here. I'm going to type settlement breakdown, and there it is there. If you click on the document in the add-in, it will add it to your Outlook email. I'm going to back out of the documents, and there's a couple more things I need to do before I send this email. Obviously, I need to give my email a subject. The add-in does not populate that at this time, so I'm just going to and then I'm going to type the content of the email. Okay, now if we look back at the add-in, this file here is actually your email. Okay, this check mark tells you that your email is going to be saved into FileVine. This is the name of the email that will be saved into FileVine. This doesn't tell me a lot of information about what the email contained. So we're going to click the arrow pointing to the right here, and we are going to rename this email. This is a name that you'll see within your file structure. It's not a name that the client's going to see. So we're going to name it something so that if I have to go back to it because the client says she never got it, I can easily find it in my emails in FileVine, and I don't have to open a bunch of emails to find the right one. So I'm going to say email to client and save. Now, if your firm has a folder standard in all of your projects for emails to kind of keep those separate, you could drop it into that email folder here. I don't have an appropriate folder to drop it into, so I'm just going to pick one so you can see how it works. Okay. And the last thing to do is make sure that you send your email using the Send Email button in the add-in. This is very important for the following reason. This email will not be saved into FileVine if you do not use this button. If you use Outlook Send button or the Outlook shortcut of Control Enter, your email will be sent. It will be sent with the document that you attached, but none of that work will be reflected in FileVine. Okay, the add-in only knows to save the email into FileVine if you use the send email button in the add-in. Okay, before we end this, I'm just going to go into FileVine and I'm going to show you what the email looks like from there, the one that we just saved in. Okay, so I'm in the Black Widow project. You can see that there's no email here. My most recent document's June 13th, but remember I saved my email into the costs folder for the purpose of this demonstration. And you can see it here. It's named just as I named it in the add-in for easy reference in case you need to return to it to reply or forward it. And that's that. We'll have a separate video on how to save incoming emails and their documents into FileVine using add-in.